Hi guys, I hope you're all doing well. I've got a few things I want to discuss regarding the ridiculous Jenkins, because there's always something going on. Every day's like an episode of Shameless. So the wonderful people on Reddit have recorded one of Methany's sub-only videos. Here she is, council estate final boss. She really could be an extra on Shameless UK. She reminds me of this girl I used to know, crackhead Karen. Anyway, I've digressed. So basically she's taking it back, when she said her mum essayed her, and explains it was more of a lack of privacy thing. It looks like she had an afterthought that she added as text. So I'll read that out, and it'll make more sense when you hear what she's got to say. So she's wrote, and I get there might have been a part of her that was just curious and or just checking, because she wanted to make sure everything was good with me. Like make sure she didn't need to take me to the doctor or something. But she went about it in a "you're my daughter, so I can see your body whenever I want." Which, hello, not okay. Boundaries are important. Boundaries are an important thing to teach kids, especially girls.
I didn't know a more sensitive way to bring up that my mom was just schmexually weird, okay? She made me feel super uncomfortable throughout my development. There was multiple times she wanted to check my development and, you're just my daughter. And it made me so uncomfortable. And when your daughter's expressing like, hey, I'm just not comfortable with you seeing me undressed anymore. Like, listen, don't push it. Just listen. Okay. And another thing was that she would just act like I didn't deserve privacy, period. So when me and her and my 3 brothers shared an apartment, there was times that she would just straight up open the door while I was showering and be like, well, I don't want you doing any weird activities in here showering. So I'm just going to leave the door cracked. Mind you, I'm like 17, almost 18. So yeah, when I met my ex guy that was like, hey, you can move in with me, I was like, heck yeah, man, living with my mom is hell. So that's a whole nother story, but I just wanted to put that out there. My mom didn't ever directly SA me, okay? But there was definitely a lot of times where she did not respect my privacy.
Okay, so it definitely sounds to me like her mum was overstepping boundaries. And I understand Methany being mad with her. But it's one thing to be mad about your mum walking in on you in the shower when you were 17. But it's another thing completely to go on TikTok's account and say she SA'd you. So Methany's done the right thing here, dressing it and taking it back. So then she went on to say that her mum's never talked to her about it as an adult, and she's not comfortable with that sort of behaviour around her kids. And that's the reason she can't go back to her mum's if her and Spew split up.
And that's really where I was going to go on, was that there was just things growing up throughout my development that I would never put on my kids. And since my mom has not taken the time with me specifically to heal what went on between us, maybe she's done so with my siblings, fucking wonderful, but she hasn't done that with me specifically. So I don't feel comfortable with her around my kids until, if ever, her and I heal what's went on between her and me.
She got a bit touchy then, didn't she, when she was talking about her siblings? Sensed some sibling rivalry there. Maybe that's why she's such a jealous psycho. She also touched on the subject, like, as an adult, she doesn't feel like her mum's got her back. Like when she was getting all that shit from people online because she abandoned the cat. And she was agreeing with some of the haters online and slagging off Droopy Drew. She didn't like that either.
Yeah, I really took the time to see was something about her saying, oh, Pontius used to be a really loved cat. Mom, she was a loved cat when I had to ditch her. Okay? You should know that about me. If you actually knew me, you know I would never actually do that. And the way you portrayed the video was more in this sense of, oh, my daughter's lost her mind and she's doing that. Instead of like saying, hey, my daughter would never. Let's give her a second chance to express what's actually going on. You never got my back like that. You just immediately pushed the stigma that all of my haters have pushed of Drew was bad for me and this situation is my own damn fault and something's wrong with me. And you've never actually been there to be like, hey, maybe my daughter's got something planned. Hey, my daughter's not this stupid. I didn't raise her to be this dumb. Something to have my back. But no, you actually, I hear, have a friendly relationship with the person who pretty much posts daily on my downfall. Like, and I'm supposed to believe you got my back.
She then went on to say if she was in her mum's position, she'd be doing everything to try and make up with her daughter.
She knows exactly where I am. I would be showing up daily trying to get into my daughter's life again and try to have that positive interaction, show her, hey, I have changed. There's reasons to have a relationship with me again. Supposedly what she's done with my siblings that she just has not made those steps to do with me.
I feel like this is Methany's way of sending a message to her mum, that she's got to be the one who reaches out. And I feel like Methany wants her to reach out, so they can start rebuilding a relationship again. But that's just my opinion. And I hope they do make up, because Methany and the kids need someone who's not Droopy Drew to be the voice of reason. Speaking of Spew, he's been posting on his own TikTok account a lot more than usual. He said he's going to be doing a lot more to help Methany out around the house, by which he meant wetting some dishes in the bathroom, burning some burgers in a dirty pan, also in the bathroom, whisking eggs for half an hour. I'm not even kidding. He was whisking these eggs for fucking ages. And he was doing it slow as fuck. This is on double speed. The most exciting thing that happened in the video was that when he dropped a lid into the bowl, he added something to the egg, whisked it up until it looked like cat sick. Long story short, the end result was this tragic charcoaled mess, which he covered in cocaine so Methany could actually eat it. The main thing I wanted to talk about today was this next video. So you're probably aware that Spew's oldest son that lives with him, his bio mum's been granted visitation rights. So she's allowed to see him, but I think Spew has to be there, but don't quote me on that. But I don't see any other reason why he'd have to be there. Anyway, so they met up in Teletubby Land. Giant balls on the hill, you can see. They're actually Teletubby houses, and that's where Methany's hiding out with the youngest two kids. So she can spy on Spew and his ex, because she's insecure as fuck. Oh, and of course, they couldn't resist the chance to exploit the situation by filming the whole thing for the TikToxic account. Like, this is the first time his son and his ex have seen each other in a long while. It might have been nice if he were filming it for her, so she'd have this memory. But to put it on your channel to make money off, that's just peasant behaviour in my opinion. And it gets worse from here because Methany sent her two daughters along to spy on stepdaddy Spew and his ex-girlfriend. Of course she sent them, why else would they be there? Even if the girls were feeling left out, and even if the son really wanted them there, it should have been a hard no. This is mum and son time, they need to rebond. How are they going to do that with them lot there? These kids have been living together as siblings, 24/7 together, in a one-bedroomed motel room. And they've come out on a rare day to the park. If his sisters are there, he's not going to want to be playing with his mum. He's going to be playing with his sisters. And that's exactly what happened. Spew made sure to get a couple of shots of mum and son playing football together. But the majority of the video is just the kids playing together, which is lovely to see, don't get me wrong, they were having fun. But it's not what the day was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be about mum and son meeting up, spending some quality time together. I feel so sorry for the mum. I'm actually starting to think that Methany's the one who wears the pants in this relationship. Admittedly, they are Spew's pants, but she's wearing the pants nonetheless. Put this other TikToxic video up, where he's filming his day doing DoorDash, and he's showing everything. He's showing all the different food bags, he's showing all the different restaurants where he's been. He's showing maps, he's showing the times of where he's going and what time he's going to be back. There's no doubt in my mind that Methany's making him do this. Or he's decided to do it because Methany's going on at him like, where have you been? There's definitely trust issues going on with these two. She wants video proof of what he's doing and where he is 24/7. She seems paranoid as fuck. You know what paranoia's a side effect of, don't you? I've got a sneaky suspicion about where all the TikToxic payment money's gone and why she can't pay that car bill. She spent it all on Wacky Backy while she got off Dodgy Dave who lives next door to him in that motel. Seriously though, I do think this is a really toxic relationship they're in. There's red flags flying all over the place. I think it's going to end really messily and I hope the kids don't get hurt in the process. And I hope Methany's mum reaches out so they can start building bridges. Because these two are a fucking mess. They need another adult in their lives because it's just going from bad to worse to worse. Anyway, as always guys, thank you so much for watching. I think yous are all amazing. Take care and I hope to see you soon.